Can you ask a couple questions?
You want me to ask a couple questions when I get there?
Yeah, because to my knowledge, we still have 2 loans on 2 fire vehicles, correct? That we're paying on?
At least.
Okay. Now, is the county, if they go to this regionalization, are they going to pick up the tab on them too?
That's a good question.
That's my one question. Second question is, the volunteer stations, not only in Gloucester City, but in the whole county, that are owned by volunteers, the county going to buy that? Because again, this doesn't just affect Gloucester City. Let's take a town that does 100 fire calls a year, but they're proud, they go out and they buy a $500,000 truck. Sheriff Valley says, you know what, that's a beautiful truck. You only run 100 calls. Let's put that in Camden City and give you a son. And that's all this is coming to. Hutch, I've known you for many years. You're a union official. Both a union official. Mayor, you cannot do this plan overnight. It's going to be at least 7 to 10 years down the line to get everybody on track. Got a corporal sitting here. Are they going to tell you, well, we got too many corporals, he's now patrolman? You got about 35 municipalities in Camden County? You're going to have 35 police chiefs? I don't think so. You're going to have demotions. You don't have, there's no pay structure set. There's not going to be a pay structure set in that small time period that they're talking. You know that as well as I do. You got union issues involved between the firefighters, the PBA, FOP, FMBA, IAFF. You know, what are they going to do? Say we're going to lay off everybody and hire people for $12 an hour? No, that's not going to fly. And I think all this is for Sheriff Power, the city of Camden, look, we tried to do something. That's all it was. And it's putting you guys in the middle, along with the other 30-some municipalities. We're trying to do something for Camden. Now I see Sweeney getting involved. Oh yeah, that's good. It's an 11th hour thing, that's all. It's just a matter of getting votes for him for this year. My second question is, what is the status on privatizing the ambulance?
Right now, we're talking to 3 companies. That's about all I can say, only because they're competing against each other. And we have to look at every single proposal and make a determination on whether or not it's cost effective and high quality. That's where we're at.
Okay, now, going back last year, the FMBA was willing to give back $490,000 in givebacks, and all they wanted in return, from what I understand, is a paragraph in the contract saying that their manning level will continue at 7, which would have avoided the layoffs. Mr. Lipsky, I don't know you that well, I know you're involved, but can you tell me how much revenue the ambulance received back to the building from insurance companies?
Bill, if you leave contact information, Jack will get you that information this week.
Okay, can you, off the top of your head, was it over $300,000?
No, I can tell you, in 2010, the billing was $262,000, and in 2009, the billing was $297,000.
Hey, Bill, the only thing that you're not taking into account for that is the money that it cost to supply the ambulance, which would go against whatever you collected. And then the other thing would be the amount that you didn't collect. That would give you a complete idea of what happened with the ambulance. How much it cost to run back, what did we get back? Those are the figures, I think we need to put the picture.
And the 1.8 million in overtime.
But that you should know, if he's gonna give you the figures, you should get that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, but
That's what Tom said.
I'll come back.
And Jack will give you the exact figures.
Yeah, I'll come back.
We'll ask for public business.
Sean Britton, 131 Middlesex. I'm 2 houses in from Fillmore, Middlesex. And I was wondering if you can put up a one-way sign for the direction of traffic. There's no one-way sign there. I got the EPA that's behind me. They have various people from New York that come down daily. Some people are familiar with the area. They make a right, they go towards Broadway, and a couple close calls. It won't.
You're talking on Fillmore or?
Actually, all Fillmore on, between the railroad tracks and Broadway. So you got, Chambers, Middlesex, Mercer,
Yeah,
Morris.
Fillmore all the way down. one way.
Yeah, there's no one-way signs. Now, everybody who lives there knows, you know, the setup, but, the second thing is, I was wondering if, you know, if it's possible for police officers to walk the beat more, if there's any federal grants or anything. I got a bunch of scumbags in my area. I got people with PA tags that pull up in front of my house. They go to Metro PCS, I know they got busted. But they go around the corner, they do the drug dealing, get in the car, and leave. It's just, it's pretty sad.
Have you reported this to the police?
I give license plates to the police, but, you know, they're in a bind too, because, you know, if you don't catch them in the act, I mean, what the hell's the point? You know, I mean, you can't really bust balls there. Personally, I like to grab a baseball bat and,
Does this upset your entire neighborhood?
sure. But, I mean, you gotta keep into account, you know, I got one on, and I did complain before on the 500 block of Middlesex. Lady drives a white pickup truck. I did reach out to a few police officers, and they've been investigating, doing a good job. But she deals drugs right out of her white pickup truck, 4-door, got the license plate and all. It's a 500 block of Middlesex. I won't say the actual address, but, you know, 2 in the corner. You know, she's a scumbag. That's what she is, and that's what we need to get rid of. I complained to her daughter that lived there, and I grew up with, and I said, you know, I don't appreciate your mother dealing drugs in front of my face, counting money on the street corner. I don't know if there's a law against counting money in public and hand-to-hand distribution or whatever. I don't know if there's a law with that, but, you know, it's just tearing our town up. Broadway and Middlesex, two or 3 years ago, I complained about a guy 3 houses in, and he was a complete idiot, that guy. But I think he went away to jail. I have some friends up in corrections, and they said he was up there for a couple of years. Well, he's back. I just saw him the other day. And that's what's tearing us. You know, drugs is just, it's all over. And it's,
Do you have a special group of people that you would want us to meet with? And, you know, you want to set up?
you know, it's tough. Like the one kid across the street, he owns his house, rents the next door. It's a duplex or whatever you call it. And